remember, they had one that didn't have a brimstone, didn't have a cipher. They were all aggression all the time, and
Wow,
they've
same.
done it again here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting to me. I mean, the thing is, on this map,
Here's the thing:
prove me wrong.
you have to at least admire the different lineup that they're using, because at least it's showing a way in which this might be a viable situation.
Absolutely,
I'd
rather see
if
it
no one's
tried out.
experimenting, then everyone's going to have those questions.
You're absolutely right. We do see the Omen, Jerax over towards A on his own. Maybe just a little bit of bait. Make sure they're there. Again, in my head, I'm kind of seeing this from a Counter-Strike perspective of, okay, there's maybe one player on A just baiting things out, but again, it's not what I'm used to. We've got 3 players already up C long. The spike's there. It's on Taimou, who's just wide swinging out, and they get traded on. Mitez goes down, but what's the play here? What's the end goal? It's a little weird and maybe wonderful.
We'll see how fast they can get to the other side of the map towards this A bomb site, because the defense has entirely evacuated. Again, with that cipher going down as well, there's no camera. There's nothing they can really do to get information at C. And now they finally have it. They hear nothing. This rotation from Finland to the other side of the map has taken too long. There's one defender here. Jet can be here very, very fast, and they'll have support of Sage. That shot is going to give away the game. Deep nade. Recon dart is destroyed, but not before it gets one ping off. They know the position of qRaxs, and he goes down. Good kill from the Phoenix, immediately traded. A 3-on-3 post plant.
They've turned this one around pretty well. I want to see how well they hold this retake. Rip's up in heaven, gonna be looking down towards short and long, see if he spots anyone out in the open. Not gonna be the case. You kind of know where they are by clearing. Turko instantly gonna check close right corner. They need to make sure there's no crossfire to stop them. There was. It's Taimou. Swings out, gets Turko, gets a follow-up. Is there a third for him? No, but Riqu is there holding on long to find Rip, and the bomb is secured. It's all good. It's all safe. That's the first round on the board. Again, these very unique rounds to my eyes. The rotations worked. The timing, I was a little worried, was a little too late almost, but it still got the job done.
I don't. This is going to be a weird line to ride, but if I'm Turkey, I'm almost thinking in my head, let's just play every bomb site relatively passive and focus more on retakes, because when you look at that pistol round in the 3-on-3, there's really nothing, and there's not a whole lot in the late game that Finland have to stall out. Like, you don't have those brimstone smokes dropping down. You don't have the breach stuns coming in. You don't have the cipher traps or tripwires going in. Here's the push, and he gets out. Meanwhile, aggression at C is going to pick up.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked. They're going to walk in happy. It's now more for the defensive team, who are very aggressive. How much damage can they do in this round? For the economy, of course, they're going to be in a very low point in comparison to the other side. The Omen, however, is just getting 3 kills with a USPS, which is quite interesting, and I'm unsure how that happened. We were elsewhere, but for now, that's a little bit worrying. Taimou should have had that one. This has gotten a little bit more costly than maybe you'd like, but it's secured. It was always good. I feel like it was always going to go the way of the Finns, just purely out of the scenario they were in. But yeah, maybe didn't need to lose out on as much as they did.
Yeah, they got a bit eco-hungry, I think. But, we saw Omen there just with the Ghost. He didn't have any weapon invested, so maybe there was a couple of them like that in that fashion. Either way, they handle it pretty decently. 2-0. And here we go. Round number 3 kicking off, and Turkey should be able to invest a little bit more. Cypher's going to be alone at C for the moment. Brimstone and Sage in B. One of them will transfer over towards Garage. And 2 players want to get aggressive at A. And remember, that Jet, with the speed, she can push up very, very fast.
Let's see if they do that. Yeah, it is a very quick piece. The Omen's already crossed, though. I think Mitez either has an idea. Yeah, I feel like he's got an idea, because this Omen's done this a couple of times. So learning the pattern here, potentially Mitez is going to be mitigating that presence pretty soon. But by this point, let's see if he's worked it out. Oh, the timing couldn't be worse. That's very unfortunate for Mitez. The Omen there just backing away at the right time. Taimou's got the ultimate going. That's going to clear out as they go. I think that was towards back C. So they've got some very strange and unique control, but it's worked incredibly well. Jesmond's been allowed a lot of freedom here towards window room. And you look at the remaining players, completely polarizing sides of the map.
That was easy for Finland. Turko, he recovers well on that second kill. The Sage has eluded him for the moment, and there is the frag. Yeah, that's an unfortunate timing for the Jet. I don't know if she actually knew. I think that Omen might have gotten past the TP, that the sound cue wasn't quite there, but you certainly have to be able to expect that when there's an Omen on the board.
Anything to be taken away from this? Spike is down. I don't think qRaxs can find anyone really. It's just a matter of just chilling out and waiting. And for now, I think again it's kind of you look at the pistol. It's how it goes. Normally on the third round you do get a bit of a fight back, but this was very unfortunate in a couple of ways. But I mean, it was technically a good read. I was quite happy with the read towards short. I felt like they had the right idea, but that Omen's getting away with murder. Jerax is pretty happy about that. They're getting quite close, but I think qRaxs is going to keep hold of this gun, so they should be okay. Yeah, they're fine. Money will be a problem for Team Turkey, though, going forward. You normally turn it on that round. I think this round they might be in a little bit of bother. I don't know how much they invested into the last one. I'd assume everything. That would pretty make sense, right? So for me, a little worried that they might be fumbling this. They might have to go aggressive to try and make up for the lacking economy currently. It looks like maybe some mid-aggression. I do see Sage and Jet here. What is this? Are they doing stuff, or are they just
I think they're just, faffing around, as you Brits would say. So that's a British thing, right?
Faffing around, yeah.
No?
You're not wrong.
Is it?
No, you're not
Okay.
wrong. You're right. Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that word come out of Henry's mouth at some point. Nice double kill from the defense. So one on Jet, one on Raze. Ooh, and this is interesting. This is the first real hiccup in Finland's plans. So they back off of C long. It's,
Because do they have armor? Can we look at the defensive side, Mr. Observer, if possible? That'd be very cool of you, just to spin through. Okay, so we have sheriffs, a couple. Yeah, it's okay. So it is a bit shoddy, but they have a couple of rifles up with no armor. Nice. All right.
More
it's kind of
importantly,
worked out.
The rifles have taken the initial contact, and they've won those battles. So that's exactly what you want in a broken up buy like this. Here we go. Last two players moving up A long, one defender in the site. If qRaxs makes a wrong move, the op could have a pick and access into the site. It would still be very different. Oh, that's the worst timing possible for Taimou. Bomb being planted would be huge. If he can just get that spike going down. Wall gonna pop up, and that should be the safety to plant. What more comes after this is gonna be tough.
They're all coming in from potentially 3 angles. On this retake. They could double up on short, which I hope they do, but there's still the chance this could be somewhat a bit more interesting, but I don't think they're predicting this short presence at all. So the timing, if correct, should be done. Yeah, there we go. There was a second where maybe you could have looped around towards heaven, but not to be.
Yeah, I think the only way that she could have won that would have, obviously would have had to be pretty much perfect, is you fall back, long, and you pick off the flanker, and then you have the revive for Taimou. But there's a whole lot of ifs in that scenario. 3-1, good for Turkey to get on the board on this defensive side. And with a win like that, where you're kind of only partially invested with rifles and a couple pistols, that helps your economy in a huge way. You get a couple free weapons off the floor, and now you're cooking with gas.
Absolutely. It couldn't have gone better for the Turkish team. In a round where you shouldn't have really gotten away with it, they managed to pull it off. Mitas, you gonna show me something spicy with that operator? You gonna add a little spice to it? Here we go. No, you're not. You're gonna. Oh, I got my hopes up. Jason.
We've talked a number of times about that danger.
I know. I had a little bit of excitement, and there it goes. But looking at what the attacking side are doing, we've got to see a little bit of, C control. That C long success is going to be big down the line. I don't know how they're going to really recover this. If you look at the defensive side, they're so split from each other. Rip's going to have to go big to try and keep this one in check, but he might get good info there. Be able to spot one of these players heading back towards C. They can call the rotation and say, well, B's lost, be careful, but this could be big. Look at this timing.
Actually, I don't even know if that was... obviously, you'll take the kill any day of the week, but he could have had such a fast flank. And look at nixoon. Gonna hold. Trigger discipline is good. He wanted a second player. None came. So, again, he takes the frag that he can get as well. And the rest of the danger for Finland should be pretty much over. qRaxs has the ult. Do you want to use it? No.
Again, these rounds are so weird and wonderful that I like the idea of the aggression with the AWP, but then once you've done that, you saw the flaw in the defensive side just become very apparent. That C side got opened, obviously, and even with having the with Rip being in towards window room, it's very hard to find a place for himself, right? It's hard to find that position where you can try and not just get that kill, but convert it into a round win. We are seeing a purchase going back out for the Turkish squad here, but it does involve the bucky. It's far from perfect, but it will hopefully get the job done. The economy isn't stable particularly for either side. Riqu's doing all right, but everyone else is still on a bit of a knife's edge, and I hear the ult popped.
Deploying drone.
I'm wondering if she shot it already. Haven't seen anything quite yet. Yeah. Lasts a while. Not there anymore, just a preemptive. Got that bucky close up though.
Oh.
What was?
Hello? Despot?
Maybe
he
had to scratch his nose.
Could happen.
Yeah, it's the worst. Having an itch when you're holding an angle. Well, at least one is positioned for Finland out towards long A. That's kind of a nice little staging area that they can all, come over to attack this A bomb site. Actually, everyone across the map, they're not giving up their pressure towards C. You can see Sage and Sova falling away from that, just being cautious of any pushes. Still 2 defenders here. And both of them focused on long, but I mean, this is dangerous. They have to kind of split their attention. That's a lot of faith you have in your teammate to hold the other side. If one of these guys goes down, it's all over. But the bucky close up is going to do it. A double kill in the cards. Here comes the ult, the pop over, and that's the ult working perfectly.
This ain't bad at all. Mitters is still here and doing really nicely. That smoke on short, keeping them safe, falling away. You've got time, you've got placement, you've got support. Turko's there and comes around. Taimou and Riqu fall. Very nicely held. That was a very dangerous little combination, but beautifully, beautifully played.
Yeah, that shotgun coming in, doing some fine work close up, and they handled it well. Just the first kill, back away. The ult coming out afterwards as well ensured the trade on a Jesmond, who was the star player of that first map. He's only got 3 kills so far here on Haven. Finland's still leading 4-2. I haven't really watched a whole lot of competitions. Is this map considered, any sided any one way?
If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think we've seen enough even matches between equally skilled teams to call it either. I know some people will probably say it's quite, attack sided. You can do this and that. Absolutely fair, but I still don't think we've seen enough games with equal skill yet.
Not a healthy sample size just yet.
No, yeah. I mean, as I said, you can definitely theorize it. You can come up with something, but what I'm seeing is the Omen with the spike over towards A. I guess they're baiting to make noise, which is quite interesting, and you can have the play up short to see if they can maybe capitalize on that. However, with all that going on, the play towards B's had 0 success, so interested to see what they try and make from this. Riqu's traded it back out, but by now they've lost out on that presence on short, so the Omen's incredibly isolated.
Yeah, with the bomb as well. There comes the Sage ult, the revive onto Jesmond. Wall is up as well, which gives the plant a position, the spike to have some safety towards C-Link, but still far away is the Omen as he comes up now. They've got position, and look at Turkey. They're not even really worrying so much. They actually wanted to push out towards A to get their own revive going on, so it's going to be, the Brimstone ult as well, going to delay things a bit longer. This has got to be so frustrating if you're Finland.
Let's see what they do with this now. Ultimates everywhere. Mites is looking deadly. Sharp as attack. And already, there's the contact on the left. Swings in. That's Jet right up and close. Riqu's just instantly deleted them. Jesmond comes in as well. That's qRaxs gone. This ain't bad. Turko's there. Back and forth we go. But the problem is, and the problem was that the Turkish team had that extra player. So when Rip trades back in, Turkey wins the round.
I mean, the real problem there is just how long it took Omen to get back with the spike. And I mean, it's not his fault. He had to be cautious on the retreat from the A bomb site, just the only one there. So it took them so long. Remember, that was time for 2 players to push out A, actually use the Sage ult to get a 4th player alive for the retake, and then the Brimstone ult comes in. So between the fact that Omen had to run halfway across the map to get to the plant spot, there's just way too much time for Turkey to adjust across the map appropriately, and they played perfectly.
Very nicely done this game. Again, still very close, 3-4. It's that back and forth. The money is pretty broken for the attacking squad. It looks as though they're going to kind of bow down on the economy side of things and just, get on the ghosts. Go and save the money up. The C hit's not even a bad idea. They're using Paura in an interesting position, actually. Just kind of sitting back by spawn. Obviously, the camera kind of being the second man on the site in this combination. Surely the ultimate's going to land. How did it almost avoid him? But Jesmond in combination has done incredibly well. Turko forced off the angle here means that the site should be theirs.
Again, just off of that Sova ult as well, so much distraction being caused, and you can just see how difficult it is to try and dodge those Sova ults while also getting peeked from Garage. He was in such a dangerous position. I think this time, this retake from Turkey, it should not be possible. They might just have to save this because their money is surely busted as well. Only one player surviving previously. If they don't find a pick here in the next like 10 seconds, I think they've got to back off.
But I mean, they found Taimou. That's the starting point, right? And Jesmond sits in the corner, gets smoked up by Jet, can't help out. Trade comes back in. Turko's there. Man's playing out of his mind, but nice play from Jesmond, sitting in the corner, just waiting this one out in that smoke, playing around it well. Tries to find the last Jet and does. Jesmond holds the nerve and holds the round. And considering the purchase coming out from the Finnish team that round, it was pretty weak. It's not bad going.
I mean, I can't believe that even got that close, to be quite honest with you. I'm not sure why Taimou was so aggressive to get picked off in that fashion, but that made the retake entirely possible and almost happened. It was Jesmond under a lot of pressure to supply the victory. 5th round for Finland, 5-3. And again, if Turkey wants to fight for this round, it's going to be a bit of a busted situation. We saw them win one of these previously, but how many are you going to get in a half?
Yeah, that's the question, is how much consistency are you going to get out of that? Spraying in. Doing what they can. Mites, the aggression on short, love that bit of an answer, but it's met instantly. The trades, these guys are ferocious in the way they're playing this out. They're not afraid to just keep trading in. This is such a hyper-aggressive game. Taimou goes up, and it's Turko there, but timing couldn't be worse for him. The play through window room comes out, and even though they were on a lighter purchase, they've done damage with it.
Yeah, still a bit doable. This Raze does still have the ult. The rocket launcher. Can just find a place to put it. That's a big flank coming in from Phoenix. He's wrapping all the way around the B bomb site. With how slow Turkey is going and clearing out Garage, nixoon's going to be in perfect position to just shut this down. Both other players for Finland are way deep at long C, droning in right now to get the intel, and this is where nixoon pounces. He's got one tagged up. He knows the position. There's the first. Ooh, and he's even just playing it smartly, staying alive this whole time, and qRaxs has no chance. 6-3.
It's getting there. Here we go. Let's have a little bit of a kind of keep tabs on this now. There's 2 kind of for each side back to back here. You see, the 2 run for the Turkish squad, 2 run now for the Finns. But again, the problem is for the Turkish team. Okay, silver lining for the Turkish team. The 3 rounds were actual gun rounds. So if you want to look at it that way, it feels maybe a little bit closer than it is. If you got those first 3 in the pistol and then lost all the gun rounds, that would kind of suck, but not the case. Finland quick to take mid control, not passive at all. Still has Turko waiting with the walls, so they shouldn't be able to get here too quick.
Oh, he's gonna gun out. Oh, perfect. Worst timing. He's actually lifted them up above all the traps as well. That could not have gone any worse for Turko. It's a 5-on-4. Wall is blown up towards A-Link. That's so brutal.
God damn, that is rough. Ultimate use, getting that information, getting the lay of the land. 2 coming from A connector, 1 B connector, 1 window so far. They're starting to lose out on the players over in the connector, but the site's still under threat. You're going to see Riqu holding back out. The smokes are up. The Omen's there. They're going to get the information. They're going to spray in towards it for the bomb. Being pinged on the map so they know exactly where it is. Smart play. No one's on it yet. Omen sacrifices his life for the information and time is ticking. And where is that defuse? Mites saving it all as the defuse will come out. And a bit of a messy end to that.
Yeah, that's a very messy end. Now, I mean, getting into that bomb site so quickly, it was so powerful. Obviously, very difficult to hold when you're in such a cramped and narrow space with choke points and all the utilities being thrown at it. But still, that ending is a bit crazy. Nice shooting from Mites, and nice. I mean, he put up the smoke in the choke point that blocked all the vision, so not too bad. Not a smoke, a wind ball.
A wind ball. You're allowed. You can say smoke. You're good.
I like wind ball. I might start using it in Counter-Strike.
Brilliant. I'd love you to do that. I bet you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't. I'll give you.
Don't challenge me.
I'll buy you a bit. Just a bit. How about that?
Oh, well, in that case, I'm all in.
I know you're a cheap.
Cheap
to influence, exactly. My kind of guy. Right, nixoon does get the entry over by window. It is traded out, though, pretty effectively over towards A. So again, there's no success without an answer here. for the Finnish team. They are doing well, but as I said, there's constant threats on the way, and this stack towards window makes me wildly anxious.
Yeah, so many bodies and so many players in such a tight space is a bit weird, bit awkward. Look at all the alts over on Turkey: Jet, Raze, and Sage. None available for Finland to use in the round in this 4-on-4. They're going to wrap right back around towards C, give up Garage. They're hoping that Turkey is, well, actually, they just wanted the orb. Now they've got the Sage ult. Now their teammate is very far away if they want to go for that revive. 35 seconds on the clock as they make their decision.
This timing is baffling to me, but if it works out, it works out. The res comes in. What is going on here? The bomb, the spike is all the way over by C, but I think that even the defenders are confused. You saw the rotation coming out from Turko. He went to go over towards A, but now he gets overwhelmed on the site. What is this game, Jason?
I guess the idea was that the revive from Finland might make them think it's going to be a hit towards the A bomb site. Regardless, the C defense was ready. They just missed. Flat out missed their opportunities that they were given. Videz was the hero as last round. He's got to do it again. Going to start pushing forward. They do have the Jet ult if they want to go for it, but it's a 2 versus 4. It still feels like this is just out of reach, and now it's just the 1.
I would be beyond frustrated if I was the Turkish team. You know, you've played these type of games and you just get kind of thrown through a loop. Beautifully kind of distracted picture from the Finnish team. It's very uncharacteristic. You think of the risk that is, right? You're working up C long. You're hoping they don't spot you. They don't pick the player who's carrying the spike. You're hoping they don't see the 3-man stack. You hope that they only notice the audio cue you make towards A, that someone's still close enough by to it to hear it. And that's a decent assumption that someone's there. That someone's probably gonna be around. I mean, on that side of the map. But yeah, that's these guys are playing some crazy odds, and I mean, obviously, technically it works, right? The theory is completely viable. It's just you don't often see teams playing the unlikely odds like this and working out very well. But Mites again gonna find the first kill this time around.
I like this. Pop the ult immediately. Turkey has 4 ults to use in this round. They've already popped the 1. Brimstone and Raze still in effect, and obviously Cyphers will be a bit situational. C bomb site is taken for the moment. There's Taimou. He takes down the Jet in response. And it's a 4-on-4, but again, they have the Brimstone. They have the Raze ults ready to go.
They should be safe, but a bit of an unfortunate situation over on long. Losing out on Omen there is a bit of a sticky predicament, but it's not the end of the world. They'll still be able to recover this. Dark coming in. You're seeing the ultimate being put out to try and clear that back box and a little bit of the headshot angle, but they're playing on the side anyway. Jesman gets outdone by Rax. Rax follows it up as well. Taimou down. It's going to be on Riqu to keep this under control, but it's the Turkish squad to kind of keep the tempo in the right place for them. The retake works out, and we're going to see a 5-7.
That's a really late flank from the Sage that might have saved the day. One player out towards long to be the bomb defense or the defuse defense, and that gets eliminated. I don't even think Rax used her ult on the Turkish side. So, yeah, 7-5, 2-round lead for Finland. That's not a bad half, and I think Turkey did just enough to keep themselves close in this game.
Yeah, I'm still a little spun about some of the ways that the Finnish team is playing, and I'm so happy to be seeing something not traditional to what I've seen before. I think that's
I feel like this half better be just wildly aggressive from Finland. Like with the Sova arrow, remember you can like put it on that tree outside of garage. You can spam through. You have all the players to do things like that. With Omen, you have Phoenix flashes. What you don't have is people who can just sit back and block off choke points.
That is a incredibly valid point. Let's see how they approach this. This round's not really too much of a bother. Pistol round. Let's look at that buy round. Rip. Completely expectant of this. Has the number straight away. nixoon. Not this round, bud.
Oh, this better be the best bait in the world. Taimou could be good for just... Yep, Cypher spots it. There's the 1, nothing more. Omen over at A-Link is going to get smoked off, and Arumba is going to chase after him. So it's given away his position. Nade to follow it up. It's pinned him down into the corner, and he's going to get eliminated.
Oof. The 2
That's
standing.
A big oof.
Yeah, the 2 standing and not loving this. This is going to be very hard to play out of. Look how deep Rip's sitting. It's just going to weigh on that. Nice play from Jesman, but I'm expecting the swing to come from mid. That might be an error, but for now, Riqu's starting to make some noise, starting to wind up the attack. That's going to try and put Gong under pressure. The bomb, the spike, ticking away. Time is of the essence. Jesmond, again, given a fair 1v1. No trades. What's going on here? Riqu jumping over the corner, jumping the peak. Jesmond, again, looking so deadly in this, but surely no time now, Jason.
Yeah, they're behind him as well. They switched positions. He had no idea. Nice piss around win for Turkey. Almost a nice retake from Finland. They just cannot complete it. 1 round back now. And how much of an investment do we see? Jesmond's going to pick up the Bucky. It's not too big of a deal considering the kills he got in the previous round. It's actually a pretty damn even affair, even if you just look at the score lines.
Yeah, I mean, I think this has been actually a very close game. I wonder how... I think you kind of get the more lay of the land when you'll see, like, whoever wins this go on to face off against, Scream Squad, and see how they fare in that regard, because it's going to be a little bit of a different situation. You see, oh, okay, was this just a crazy aggressive game where it wouldn't apply against more of a traditional style, or actually, this is very viable? I think that's going to be a really telling sign down the line, depending on who goes through, because the Turkish team is also incredibly aggressive in their approach, which is quite an enjoyable one to watch. For now, pinging it out, having a little look. Really there right now, though. The Turkish team clearing the angles. Again, forcing more aggression. nixoon's going to be frustrated after this start.
Yeah, I mean, you have... Ooh, there it is. There's the shorty. Nice kill onto Rip. The Omen TP into the B bomb site. He's got a shorty of his own, but he's got to get away from the Roomba. That would give away his position. He's got to find timing as well. There's the Bucky coming into play. One goes down, and he never checked behind him. Midas gets a freebie. Spike is dropped so far back. Turkey... Oh, they've got to be so sad right now.
No.
I love these situations. I love them. I love the misery.
Here we go, Jason. The shotgun duo. Oh, the bait. Taimou goes down. It's on Jesmond. 22 HP and a Bucky.
20 seconds, though.
Where do they take... Oh, shit. Is this 10 head or 2 head? I think they made... I think he made a little bit of noise jumping out the window. You have to kind of take your time on those steps. So, Plant's going to come in. They don't seem too aware of this position just yet. But Jet being on short, this kind of cuts it off at the knees.
Yeah, I mean, again, you also have a shotgun trying to attack. If you ever, like, it's almost even crazy that they pushed into short because it's smaller angles. Like, they could just sit back and wait for that shotgun. Regardless, I don't think this is a round that is even possible for Jesmond to win. If he gets 1 kill in his ult, though, that would be the game changer right there. And he's got it. Now, if he can figure out the position, he has the ult. If he just gets a second to use it. Jet playing this so very slow, and he's not going to check, and I think it's all shifted out of his control now. He's going to have to stick this. It's a nice try from Jesmond.
That was a very nice try.
If he ever heard a footstep, a shot, anything.
It could have happened, right? Like that's always the scary one when you see the potential there. Obviously not to be the case. 7-7 now, we're back all even. First map did go in Finland's favor, but the second half was, again, incredibly close. And this could be the same sort of scenario here. We could have a very close game again.
It's looking likely. However, that kind of a close win for Turkey. Their money is so beat up. qRaxs has 0, Rip has 100, Turko with 300. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. So this is a big round for Finland. I mean, that previous round was great, but to really get the full effect of it, you have to capitalize here.
Yeah, you certainly do. Let's see if they can make it count when it matters. And this time we aren't seeing the Finns being hyper-aggressive at all. We're seeing quite a standardized, pretty deep hold, actually. No aggression shown. Maybe nixoon's done their lesson. Maybe not. Walks back up to...
I think it's just a matter of time, right? Like, you have to crank it out at some point. The interesting thing is, Sage over at the C bomb site, normally we see her in B to put up that wall and that all-important choke point. You've got Sova there, perhaps to just gather intel with his drone and recon arrows. But again, I mean, we've touched on this a number of times. This is a lineup that feels like it's just, put together to be aggressive.
Let's see where this ends. There's the first bit of contact. Instant success on 2 fronts as well. 1 towards B, 2 picks towards A. That is massive work from the Turkish team. Great play coming through. It's going to instantly force the Finns to reconsider what they can do about this. They have full control on A. The spike's on the way over there. this is a save call instantly, surely.
Yeah, it has to be. There's nothing Finland can do to get back into it. They don't even have, you know, the ults at all to get back into the site whatsoever. So just bail out. And that's nothing special. That might actually be like the least special round we've ever seen on the attacking side today. It was just, you know, walk into your positions and find kills.
Yeah, that was very standard, wasn't it? Maybe that's why the Finns like to be aggressive. They have to play this kind of like crazy style to kind of like, you know, keep toe to toe.
We really suck at this sitting back and holding bomb sites thing. Let's just always play the attacking side.
Dude, look, if it works, it works. Like, who am I to judge, you know? I am not in these tournaments. So.
No, but that's the fun of being a caster is you do get to judge.
Oh,
and you get to judge with all the information on the map.
I just dropped hand sanitizer on my keyboard. I'm having a real day, Jason.
Doorbell's rang 5 times. Hand sanitizer on the keyboard.
Feels pretty bad, dude. Feels pretty bad. It does smell like peach Bellini at least, which is a nice benefit.
Well, at least your fingertips will be clean for a while. 8-7.
Yeah.
There we go. Turkey taking a bit of a lead here. One round, they've won 3 in a row to start this half. It's another bye coming in for Finland. We see the Guardian getting picked up on Taimou. That'll be exciting. I like the Guardian.
What is you're a bulldog man though? I thought you were more into that.
I've evolved.
Have you dabbled?
Yeah, I've given up the bulldog to a certain degree. The Guardian's nice. It's interesting. Everyone is back so far away that Rocket Fuse is about to end. So the ult just never gets used for Jessamine. But just due to the fact that they heard the sound cue, everyone's so scared. Jesmine's gotten in a whole new position. No one wanted to show themselves, so they didn't watch anything. That's a good peek from qRaxs, but it's not going to matter. Jessamine, he's able to get nothing else, but he's got a teammate to peek from doors as well. So a 2-for-1 trade.
See if they can carry that on. Oh, the res. Res is available. It's kind of negated a fair bit of that. I guess it cost them something. And this aggression just feels misplaced. The timing feels off. I'm not sure if it's... They've lost a little bit of that momentum that they had before, a little bit of the understanding of the pacing to this. Maybe this map just doesn't suit them as well. Could certainly be the case, because Finland have lost that kind of formidable edge that we certainly saw them with previously.
He spotted that. They know exactly where Paura is. This has got to be the call to the entire team. Depending on how Omen plays this, I think he's just going to play it passively and call everyone over, because that information let him know where the final, the end point was for this attack. So he just gets to chill. Cypher equally, I believe, saw him. So now the hunter has become the hunted, and he's trapped inside the bomb site. There's nowhere for him to go.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Imagine just getting anything out of this. Yeah, not going to be the case. And as you said, there's no real escape in that sort of thing at this point. Riqu, get in there, do some damage maybe. Try and make something out of it if you fancy. Although, money-wise, you've got 1.5. It's not a great deal.
No, and I mean, this just feels like a free kill to charge up an ultimate. I'm actually amazed he's even going for this. Now he's tagged with the dart. Even if he gets the kills, they're going to know where he is at all times. 3rd kill in the round for Midas, and 2-round lead for Turkey.
Okay, the Turkish quarterback into it. My keyboard seems okay.
That's good. I was worried.
Yeah, I did have to take the keys off and kind of clean around, because like, I really don't want that to break. That'd be a bad time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I need this right now. These are the times I need it. And speaking of need, I'd like to see a little bit more from Jerax, if I'm honest, for the Finnish team. Just because I feel like you could get some really nice plays building without Omen on here, and we haven't seen as much as what we saw in the first map from them as well. So, same can be said for Paura too. That's another player that I'd really like to see a little bit more out of, a little bit more presence. They haven't quite had the same amount of impact as I'd hoped they would have hit.
Ooh, nice shot. Yeah, I mean, well, I think the problem is just all this aggression that Finland seems to want to bring out. It's just been negated every single time. Even the most successful they had was the previous round, that 2-for-1 trade that was pretty much a 1-for-1 after the revive. Okay.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, that's fortunate. I mean, this is just the theory crafting of a washed-up Counter-Strike player, but it feels like a map that has 3 bomb sites that's so spread out like this is going to be very hard to have successful aggression, right? Like, it just feels like having to defend so much, you don't really get to gang up and be as aggressive as a group as you'd like.
Yeah, I mean...
And there's relative safety. Look at all the angles in which you can be aggressive. There's plenty of areas where you can just fall back into safety, into cover.
Right, so let's see what nixoon can work out here. Walling up, gets the gun. They have guns, but what does Jerax have a gun? I guess he does because he got the kill over by A. So again, save time probably. Money, yeah, they could probably spread the wealth. I don't know if they're both on 6.6. They might be. Or is that just the UI bug? It probably is. Yeah, untrustworthy UI, but it could definitely do to bolster the economy. So it's only going to start struggling for that. But for now, yeah, there needs to be an answer for the Finnish team. It feels like so far Turkey on the attack has been excellent, but they haven't been doing anything crazy. It's nothing new. It's nothing wildly different. They're just doing what's a good approach to this map. I want to see the answer coming back in from the Finns. I want to see them kind of work something out, and maybe find. Maybe that's why they ping the spike as well. I guess they can work out exactly how far away it is. They'd have to stand. That's interesting. I'd assume it goes to an exact distance every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I want to see an answer. I want to see something creative out of them because they're clearly a very creative team that can do these sort of things. So that's where my attention goes towards is, okay, well, how do we captivate that? How do we make this creativity that we can bring actually influence the way the rounds are going here?
That's a good question. They're struggling to answer it, to be quite honest. Op picked up on Taimou. I have not won a single round since they've switched over to the defensive side. Did she just shoot that rocket towards A long over the wall?
It looked like it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Again, learning kind of small little bits and pieces. I kind of like it. This is all fine. It makes.
If I ever get killed like that, I'm gonna freak out. That is where you break the keyboard intentionally.
Yeah, I would just smother this lovely Bath and Body Works Peach Bellini hand sanitizer all over my keyboard at that point. I think it's time to just accept the fate. Attack is stacking up towards middle, trying to make that pressure happen towards B. At the moment, we are looking at just nixoon here. Again, this pressure's too much to handle for one player. He needs to get back into it. And that's about as well as it's going to go. That's very, again, they're having, where's that stopping power we saw before? Omen gets overrun, and now suddenly we're on B, and it's going to be, Riqu there, maybe gets one, and then probably goes down. It's not quite there yet.
Oh, this poor Sage. Riqu, everything to do. They're going to wrap around the bomb site. Too many players that she has to deal with. And Taimou with the op inside of his smoke. Low percentage. And again, it might be a safe situation. 2 on 4. Money's tight. And Turkey is just running over your defense.
Yeah, Turkey are playing a great game now. I was a little worried this could have been, a bit sloppy all the way through, but it looks like the Turkish team have kind of put their foot down and gone, all right, no more. No more. We're done with this now.
Ooh. Hello. Close up with the op. Ooh, that's a nice one. 3 kills in the round so far, but no real chance at winning, it feels.
No, but he's putting on a show for the fans. And you got to appreciate that, right? You got to appreciate putting on a show for the fans. Do any more damage? I don't think so. Does he have anything to play with? No. Time's run out. Time to get the hell out of here, my dude. See if you can save this operator for the rounds coming up. But, again, it's a style display from Taimou, but sadly it affects nothing towards the way the round goes. This is looking like Team Turkey has turned it around. 11-7. It has been a commanding half for them. They have not. Have they lost a single round? I don't think they have on this.
No, they haven't. This lineup of Finland's is showing some real weakness on the defensive side of Haven. They haven't been able to do anything, even when they played passively. Right, that round was an op. They had Sage over at the C bomb site, wall up behind it to peer over at a headshot angle, and still, even when they're passive, not having success. And the other problem with that is, we haven't even really seen them able to pop their ults too many times because they're just not having kills. They're not doing good consistently throughout rounds. So this is a very, very tough situation to be in.
Here we go. Let's see if the turning point comes around or if this is just going to be a closeout, a rundown, just run through him in the end. Aggression towards long, but Mites is watching it, not going to fall for that sort of thing. We have a bit of a stack towards middle from the defenders. Yeah, nixoon going aggressive using that ultimate. Nicely done. That's going to get down Rip. Push maybe a little further, see if we can find any more. Back he goes. So, again, 1 for free. Is there a res available? No, not this time. Yes, actually, I told a lie. There is indeed a res available, actually. So that could be, it could be all back together or no problem. But for now, they're just going to head towards A. Maybe not using it on this round.
Maybe they're just emphasize the quickness of which they can attack this A bomb site. They know the position of one. Jet from behind. Omen just TP'd here. He's been spotted out as well. Try to get something lucky, and he's just going to back off. Another trap goes up in the choke point. Wall is up in towards heaven. And Turkey is looking to get to 12. They're looking to get to map point.
This might be it too. Let's have a look, see what the Finn's can achieve. And again, the UI is the wrong way around, so it definitely threw me off. But here we go. Riqu on the play back in. Let's go. All the timing. Mites plays it just ahead of the perfect timing there. Switch up from Riqu. Revive comes in. That's the revive we were talking about, but it wasn't on the right side. nixoon's back on his feet, but time is of the essence, and they're running out of it. Taimou clearing out the corners. Turko's gone down, but there's still players standing. One of them's got a couple of satchels and a good idea of where to put them. But here we go. The lineup. Nice work towards Omen. Satchel down. That's going to... Ooh, time on the drive-by. But do they have time on the defuse? I think they might just...
Oh, it's going to be close. Oof, 0.7.
It's not what you want to depend on, is it?
No, you don't want it to get that close. But if you're Finland, you're on your knees thanking God because that's your first round in the second half. You've been blanked up to that point. So a narrow victory, you'll take any victory at that point.
Yeah, I feel like they just need to shut down Mites. Like, everyone else is playing fine, but that Jet, doing work. And, you know, I do mock Jet mains perpetually. They're
as you should.
As you should. It's a normal thing. But I mean, it's not showing that Jet's super viable. It's showing that Mites is a very good player on Jet, which is completely fine. I like seeing a bit of a personality pick.
Well, you haven't seen too many of the plays that make everyone hate Jet players, which is like super individual darting forward where you can't actually get any help from your teammate. It seems like he's trying to at least play within the team structure during their attacks. Second player in, darting up once information is gathered. There's some very cool things. Now, they've never spotted Taimou with this op. Now they know he's here, but he equally knows that they're already in the site. He is so trapped. And Midas is going to get taken out. You said they needed someone to handle him. That's a big kill.
The follow-up would have been really quite game-changing, but for now, this has just evened it up at least. That's given them a bit of a fair stance here, but that bomb, look at that spike, it's running all the way back around spawn. Where is that heading towards? Maybe considering C at this point. Omen's still quite close by over towards the back of window, looking towards B, but you might need to consider that C side now. The timing's starting to click in their heads, going, okay, C could be an option. They're going to see these smokes coming in. There's an ultimate on the Brimstone as well, so any post-plant always becomes a problem if you don't catch this player off. 3 smokes up, pretty standard, going to probably plant safe. Maybe try and get that plant for long. And for now, I think they heard steps from Omen, but he's quick to getting to long here.
Ooh, and he's just going to get into cover before they turn the corner. He can play this so many different ways. He's waiting patiently. Raze might never expect this angle. They still haven't spotted each other. They know the trajectory of that, though. Certainly going to have the idea that he's flanking. Spotted out an ankle and still has not made his play. There's the flashbang. It's perfect. One more to deal with that he can't handle. Smoke down in the choke point. Wall is up as well to protect the defuse. And here we go. It's being stuck at the moment. Brimstone ult is going to force nixoon away. And that's good aggression from Riqu. And that's going to be another round 1 from the defense. A good recovery, 12-8.
Yeah, Riku's push was paramount to that success then. If they'd just fallen off the plant, obviously, and gone off the defuse, and didn't get those kills. Wow.
Nope, 11-9. I've done my math wrong.
Are you okay?
I got confused by the
scoreboard being the way around?
Yeah.
So Turkey, wait, which way is it now?
Yeah!
It is correct.
It's not so funny, is it?
Okay, so it is correct now. It's fine. Jesus. Well, it is and it isn't. So the rounds are right, but the characters are wrong.
Oh well.
Turkey's got 11 rounds. Finland's got 9.
Finland's got 9.
But then also there's not an Omen on the Turkish team. So look at it that way, basically. If anyone's playing on at home, don't look at the UI. Ever. Just be like, oh, they hit the shot. That's nice. That's what you gotta do.
Nice.
That's nice.
Midas, the man of the match so far. Ooh, that's a nice kill from Riqu. A good boost up as well. Ooh, this Finland defense is coming alive here right at the end. Good double kill from Jesmond.
Yeah, but there's an answer. And they found a little bit of work on the seaside. That's going to open up an opportunity. And now the positions are noted. That's the perfect... Ooh, what are you up to, Riqu? You did so good! Oh no, the poor old Omen's position's known as well.
Sova has the ult. Sova has the ult. Can just pop it and try and stop the plant if he wants. That'd be a bit risky. Cypher's all the way in CT spawn. You have to imagine... Yeah, he's got them both, actually. Cypher's now got to work his way back. 45 seconds. There's the op, and he has the angle. Good win, good recovery from Taimou in Finland.
Big Daddy Taimou coming around at the right time. That was a good time on the ult. Jeez. That was a little bit risky, but I mean, it works. Finland's just making it exciting, you know. You gotta get the fans going, you know. Keep them on the edge of their seats. But it is a good game. We've got now 3 rounds on the trot for Finland, so the money's gonna start dwindling for the Turkish team. It looks like they can still fashion a buy here. They're still okay here, but I'm curious a little bit later how it's going to look for them if they do start struggling. But this is a big round you don't want to lose. I mean, you got to look at it. You got 2 diffusers, 1 just before the bomb went down. This has been a very close game. A lot of pressure towards A-Long here. This could be Taimou's moment to really put a big mark towards this. And now he's stuck.
Oh, this is not good. Omen Walt's going to help out, and he comes in support. That's risky. They could have lost both players just to get the one out. And I think Soba's even shock-darted himself.
He's a little nervous, all right? He got scared. There was a lot of pressure.
This is 2 ults. We saw Jesmine on Bind. Ults were excellent. Here on this map, both ults, we've seen 2 ults just not get used on this defensive side.
I mean, for me, it's more about buying time. I don't really mind that. It could allow for a repeat. That was a little risky. I guess you tucked in the corner, try and make a play out of it. Rax's nade will do the damage, whether or not he did go for the aggression anyway. So at the moment, it is going to be just Omen over here. As you can see, the Sage is already considering maybe looking back towards middle. Raise the same, and they should be, because this attacking side is definitely not looking at A right now. That wall taken down, everything's now available.
Yeah, you have to take that wall down. You have to let the defense know that B is open for an attack to at least alleviate some of the defensive pressure elsewhere, and right back to A. There was a stack here, now it's just the Omen, and that is awkward timing. Good kill there, and Turkey finds access to the A-bomb site.
Yeah, I'd almost say this could be let him get to 12, let's play OT. You've got 3 guns, and honestly, you trying to play a retake on this is nail on impossible. I really wouldn't see it happening. Trying to keep the pressure up for sure. Do they have enough for the rebuy even if they do go for it? I think they do, so they might just try and play it out. Maybe cost them their guns, which could be another very correct point to play for. Turko on the trade, and he does extend it to a double, so now nixoon going down leaves it all in the capable hands of Jesmine, but this is one step too far. We're on 12 rounds. This is going to be potentially a map here for Team Turkey if they get one more. But Finland trying to eye up this one. It's get to OT now for them. Yeah,
this is the exact opposite of map 1, where it was Finland who had 2 map points at 12-10. So Turkey gets their crack at it. And I mean, this T side has been excellent for them. Started out with 6 rounds in a row. Small hiccup of losing 3 straight, but now they can close it out. Plenty of money for Finland as they rebuy into it. A couple Vandals, couple like Phantoms, that's what it is. And an up.
You know your words.
You know your English.
Good job. No, for now, again. We are just going to see what the attackers do. It's been quite fun watching the Turkish team really work around what Finland's been kind of laying down. Finland are a very unique looking team in the way they approach this, and as I said, it looks like the Turkish team, especially on their attack, have got a good idea of how they want to approach it. Already ultimate used here. That's nixoon again. Oh, that's a big pick. Mitez going down as a scalp to claim too. Where's the follow-up? Not to be seen.
I think that was a bit of miscommunication from the 2 Turkish players. One of them said, let's fight. One of them said, let's hide. And they do lose a player, forced to burn the revive. So no harm done too much. Ult for ult is exchanged between Phoenix and Sage.
The bell's toll. 7:30 apparently.
Why are they tolling so much?
I don't know. Germans, dude. 3-2 split towards C. So finally, nixoon really in a position to do anything about it, and that's not going to help out. That's going to give away the game. Now he's kind of locked here, going to have to make something happen. Flash out, not going to work. qRaxs is there, the shot lands, and the follow-up's even bigger. Jesmine being eliminated completely cuts off half of this map. These remaining 3 are going to have to do something incredibly special to control this.
Yeah, very special considering there's a wall up in their face as well. No ults available for either side, and that's going to make the retake so difficult. qRaxs ready and waiting, and he's got the first good trade, but it's not enough. They need to start cracking it now with some clean fights won. 3 players still at long C. patiently waiting. Revive coming in for Riqu, but again, just exchange as his teammate falls down, and it's just Taimou. He falls as well, 13-10 for Team Turkey.
Yeah, great recovery in my